In this video, let's find some cool ways to display our LEGO cars. Cause the way I've been doing it ain't cutting it. So let's get creative, spice things up a bit, and build something cool together. Big and small, short and tall, grab your bricks, and let's build, y'all. Alright, this first one is real basic, just 2 pieces. No need to overcomplicate things, keep it simple, stud. And there we go, a little basic? Sure, but it looks good, and it works fine. Next, build. Now this is one of the reasons I wanted to make this video to begin with. I've got this old school Batmobile, and it comes with a stand. It even has a cool little sign on it. And check this out, it spins. So I wanted to build something to display my 1989 Batmobile with, because I don't have the original stand anymore. So I built this. And this one was a lot of fun to design. A lot of tricky little angles on it, and I think it turned out really good. But now I kind of want to build other Batman logos. If I do, which one do you think I should build next? And here's a cool way to display your LEGO cars for some of you more Djangoistic minded folks. The base is fairly simple, but just take off the sides and you can put whatever flag you want in the middle. And I built a couple examples. If you're English, I'm sorry, but you could put a McLaren on here. The spaghetti people could display their Lamborghini. And their flags are pretty similar, so Mexicans could put their El Camino on it. The French could use it to show off, I don't know, a croissant or something. The Japanese could use it to display literally any number of awesome cars. I guess the Swedes could put whatever LEGO car they wanted on here, but let's go with the Esco. Us Americans could show off our grill trailers. And for the Germans, you know what? On second thought, maybe it's not a good idea to cover any German car companies. Similar to the last one, this display stand also allows for some customization. Except instead of countries' flags, this one's designed to use company logos. And since I did the French wrong, let's start off with them with Bugatti. I built a Mitsubishi logo for Brian's Eclipse from the Fast and the Furious. And I didn't build a lot of these badges like I did with the flags, but the possibilities are endless. You can build whatever you want. Just so the Germans don't get mad and, do their thing, I also built a display for BMW. And here's a fun fact, in the 1930s and 40s, BMW actually designed airplane engines for the, see, this is what I was talking about. Now here's the parts list for this one, but if you want full instructions for any of the builds you see in the video, they're up on my Patreon and Rebrickable pages. This one's cool because the base can rotate, and there's also hinges built into it, so the car can be displayed at different angles. This would be perfect to go on a desk or something, which is exactly how I used it while I'm watching one of my favorite movies.
He's a cop, one of the best.
I kind of felt bad about not giving Germany a fair shake, so I wanted to give it another shot. How about Mercedes-Benz? You know, a funny story about Mercedes-Benz is in the early 40s, they used forced laborers and prisoners of war to make tanks for the... Not again. This is a good one if you want to display more than one car at the same time. So I used it to display all my shrunk down versions of the official Speed Champions Fast and Furious cars. We got Brian's Skyline, Dom's Charger, and the latest one, Suki's Honda S2000, which I just did a video on. You should check it out over on my channel. What cars would you put on here? Let me know down in the comments. I've seen a couple different versions of this sort of display box, and I wanted to give it a shot too. I think it turned out really well. The car inside is visible from just about every angle, and I even included a Chevy logo on the back wall. But the logo on the back could be changed to just about anything, even some of the other ones in this video. I chose to put my C2 Corvette in this one because, frankly, it's awesome. I even made it where you could stack multiples on top of one another. But I don't really have enough clear panels to show you, just trust me, it works. And on to the next one. Alright Germany, let's try again. This time, I built a Porsche logo. You might notice a few of the colors in the emblem are off. This would normally bother me and I'd order the correct pieces and wait a few weeks before filming, but I didn't this time because I found out Ferdinand Porsche was close personal friends with the Chancellor of Germany in 1933. What is up with these German car companies? Now this one seems pretty simple at first, just Technic pieces. But because these Technic beams have these holes in them, if you take these pieces, you can add wheels to it, and now your display stand can roll. That's pretty cool, isn't it? It's cool, right? Right? Please say it's cool. Using these parts, we can build a little Technic contraption that'll allow us to hang our LEGO cars on the wall. And it's pretty sturdy too. The only thing left to do now is deciding what car I want to put on it. What do you think? Should I put the Hoonicorn or an F1 car? Alright, let's put it up on the wall.
What do you think you're doing?
So, I forgot to clear that one with the old ball and chain. But thanks to the power of generative AI, I can show you what it would have looked like if we did hang it up on the wall. So I've got all these Mario Karts I've been building that scale with minifigs just in case LEGO ever decides to make their own. So far, I built a pipe frame kart, a B-Dasher Mark 1, a B-Dasher Mark 2, a Circuit Special, the standard kart from Mario Kart 8, a biddy buggy, a baddie wagon, and a blue falcon. And I had a lot of fun making all these, so if there's any that I missed or that you want to see, or if you want to see a full video on these, let me know. And on top of the Mario Karts, I've also got all these Nintendo consoles that I built. You can watch a full video of all of these and more over on my channel. But the ones I've still got put together are the SNES, the N64, the GameCube, the Switch, and the Xbox. Wait, what are you doing here? But I need somewhere to display them, because the windowsill doesn't really work. So I built this. And I know what you're saying, LEGO already put out a TV. Yes, they did. This one is a little bit smaller. It's my own design. I really like the way it turned out, and I put some cool little features in it too. Now it's kind of hard to see inside, but it has a little rainbow road diorama. If I keep it together, maybe I'll add some lighting or something in the future. And if you put one of the little Mario Karts on this axle, you can spin the knob, and the cart will drift back and forth, just like in the game. And now I've got a cool way to display the Nintendo stuff that I built so far. Might be a little cluttered though. And here's a cool way to display your LEGO cars that is really fully customizable. You can do whatever you want with this. And that's building little dioramas for each vehicle. Like for the Jurassic Park Explorer, I built a little cross section of the pin that the T-Rex is behind. And this was pretty parts intensive, especially for a display for a single car, but building it this way allowed me to add all sorts of little details and really make each display perfect for the car that was going to go on it. Like this garage for my Ferrari F40 Mach. And I wanted to add lighting to this one, but I couldn't find the little LED lights. If anybody knows where I can get those locally or even online, just kind of recommend some stores down there. I had trouble finding them. The guy at the Home Depot looked at me like I was crazy when I asked. And I've made a lot of dioramas, more than the ones that I'm showing in this video, but this is probably one of my favorite ones I've done. You wouldn't think it because LEGO's so blocky, but it was actually kind of tough getting those little grid lines on there. It's the perfect display for the Bumblebee Camaro and the Bumblebee Mech. And I even made a little Autobot logo. If you're enjoying this video and want to see more like it, definitely subscribe to the channel, leave a like, maybe even a comment down below with some suggestions for future videos. Alright, they can't all have dubious origin stories. Let's try Volkswagen. That was like a bunch of hippies and stuff, right? The company was founded in Berlin in 1937 to build cars that could be made using materials that could be sourced within the country's borders. That's due to the fact that many countries would not export their goods into Germany, because at the time, the country's government was occupied by the Nazis. Okay, you know what? Now let me show you my favorite way to display LEGO cars. Actually incorporating them into a LEGO city layout. And I do this by making modular buildings that can interact with the cars themselves. What I mean by this is something that would make sense for a car to actually be in, like a car dealership, a gas station, a drive-in movie theater, or even an apartment complex with a big old parking garage. And what I'm building here is inspired by those Carvana car stacks that you would see in a lot of big cities. We used to call them car dispensers. And thanks to the large glass windows on the outside of the building, you can see each vehicle clearly inside. Because it's in a stack, you can build it as high as you wanted. I chose 4 levels because that's all the glass panels I had at the time, but because each compartment is its own little build, you could really just repeat it and stack it way higher. And it's a great way to display your LEGO cars in a relatively small footprint. After all, it's only a 16 by 32 base plate. And let me show you a couple other examples that I've done. There's this Chevy dealership, which there's a full video on my channel. There's only space for 2 cars in the showroom on this one, but I did add a sales lot, which allowed me to put more cars on the outside. Plus, this one has a wacky wavely inflatable arm flailing tube man. There's also this Lamborghini dealership that y'all really seem to like. It's actually my first video to break 100,000 views, so thank you so much for watching it. It really means a lot. It's fully detailed on the outside and the inside. There's a trophy case, a little merch stand, these cool little stools that are made of steering wheels, and of course there's plenty of room for cars. A Countach and a Diablo in the first floor, there's a Revolto out in the courtyard, and on the top floor is an old school Miura. And I think all these turned out great. Like I said, this is my favorite way to display LEGO cars, so I really am happy with these. And instructions are available for everything in this video, so if you saw something you want to build, just check the link in the description. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you made it this far, it really means a lot. Thank you for watching. If you have any suggestions for future videos or have any comments or questions about the builds in this one, just let me know down in the comments section. This video wouldn't be possible without y'all, so thank you. And a big thank you to my Patreon supporters, especially Stan, Jim, Zach, Derek, Darius, Ruby's Music, Articular Pack 6, and Josh. Thank you so much. I'll see y'all in the next one.